Lady Wolves versus Lady Wolves. $20 on the Wolves. U18 in blue, U22 in white. Puck comes in the U18 zone. Massimiliano chips up boards. Kept in by White. Now Gation comes up the sidewall with it. Into the zone. Now Morris gets it behind the net. Back to the blue line for Massimiliano. He chips that in, but then U22 sends it out. Chip back for Bella Mass. She goes across to Judge. She goes for a little skate. Over the red line, fires that on net. Goalie sends it in the corner for defense. U22 starts to break out. They get it up to the blue line over the red. They dump it in. Emma Moore chips up the boards to Paris. Paris to Perry. Perry back to Paris. Out of the zone. Oh yeah.
That was 5:30.
It's 5 to 7. It's maybe 5 to 6:30. But they're gonna do like 3-on-3 units.
That's how we're streaming live on that.
That's why when you asked when we were gonna be there, I thought you were looking for me. That's like kind of looked around for you at first.
Yeah. I was thinking I was super early.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, oh, can't get 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's funny.
She in there?
Right there.
This is the over.
Yeah.
How many years?
It's 322, so after 20 minutes. I have no idea, to be honest. It might be. It must be. U22 comes back in his zone. Cleared out by Crude. Now Nicole takes it in his zone. Her shot goes into the corner. Couture keeps it in. U22 starts to break out. But Judd keeps it in at the blue line. Back hole. Some pressure in the corner. Around comes Gation on the other side. Emma Moore steps up to keep it in. Behind the net, Morris battles for the puck. Comes off the glass, out of the zone. Judge knocks it away at the hash marks. Chips it up to Morris. She goes for a skate into the zone. Gets a shot. Oh, off the crossbar, maybe the post, maybe the corner, but it comes out. Paris gets the rebound. She works it back up front. Sends it out to Moore. Bounces over the blue line. And then picks it back up. Off the boards to Gation. Back to Moore. And cleared away, but now Gation gets loose puck in the neutral zone. Over the blue line. Picked back up by U22. They go for a skate. Moore keeps her outside. Puck intercepted by Perry. She gets out to the blue line. That's kept in. U22 cuts out front. Gation keeps her to the outside. Perry gets a piece of the puck. There you go. Perry knocks it out of the zone. U22 gets it back in the neutral zone over the blue. Takes a shot off the shin pad of Moore. U22 gets it behind the net. They send it back to the blue line, but doesn't connect. Ice and waved off. Izzy after it. She's going to get there first. In the corner. Chip it out front. Carrington shot. Gets bounced over a stick. Through the ties up with the sidewall. Keeps it in. Pressure from Montaigne. Gets out front for Carrington. This time her shot goes on net. Goalie sends it to the corner. Rebound cleared away by U22. Crew gets it back at the blue line. Sends it back in. U22 gets it back though into the neutral zone. In the corner, they send it to hash marks. Couture intercepts that puck, hands it off to Montaigne. She She uses the red line, chips it in for the change. Berkeley goes in for pressure. Cole helps out on the other side. She keeps out in the corner. Cole gets it behind the net, sends it around to the blue line for Judd. She sends it back down low. Couture picks it up in the corner. Pressure from the U22 gets it out of the zone. Massimiliano intercepts that pass. Picked up by Judd. She sends it deep in the zone. I think so. If they're going off the ice, I don't think so. If they step it out, yeah. Back in the neutral zone, U22 dumping in. Judd sends it behind the net. Fires it off the boards. Paris chips it into the U22 zone. It won't go all the way. Ice and wave off. U22 plays it at the blue line. JoJo gets it back for the U18s. Up to Perry. Perry into the zone. Her shot hits the skates. The puck goes behind the net. U22 head out with it. At the blue line, the shot goes into the corner. That shot, rebound picked up by Moore. Up to Gation. Gation over the red line, dumps it in. They chip and change, in goes Montaigne for pressure. Montaigne ties up behind the net. Another U22 player comes in comes Couture and Palize, and Emma Moore keeps it in. Her shot goes around the boards. JoJo's there to keep it in. JoJo sends it out front. It's deflected into the corner. U22 pick it up in the corner. They take it behind the net. Palize gets it in the corner. She sends it back to JoJo. JoJo across the blue line. Ships it back in. The U22 head out with it. They into the zone. Pass in front. Nice save. From Leah Murphy now, shot blocked by JoJo. Puck goes in the corner. U22 send it behind the net. They work it out front. Morsey stops that. U22 get it back at the hash marks into the corner. Now Moore comes in, sends it around the other way. Carrington chips it at the hash marks. U22 keep it in. And try to get it out front. Goes back to the corner. Pass blocked by Emma Moore. U22 keep it in. Shot off the chest of Murphy, goes into the corner. JoJo working out the rebound, gets it up to MC. Cole comes out of the zone with it, skates it into U22. Shot steered into the corner. She's playing against her sister tonight. Her dad, assistant coach for U22. And Cole keeps the pressure on, gets back to the blue line for Massimiliano. She gets that back to Cole. She tries to get that out front, knocked away by U22. U22 into the zone, knocked away by Frood to the blue line, shot deflected into the corner. 7 minutes to go in the first, still 0-0.
Whistle in like 7 minutes.
I was thinking that. Oh, physical play there. Refs are going to let them play tonight. Shot saved by Murphy, rebound picked up by Frood. Puck kept in at the blue line. Shot goes into the corner off the deflection. Paris works it up, but U22 keep it in. Paris gets loose puck at the hash marks. Sends it around for Massimiliano. Bill Mass chips U22, keep it in. They get a shot, glove save. And Leah Murphy, and we get a whistle, 6-11 to go in this first period.
Technically, we're in 16. So this is the next one.
Yeah.
Technical game.
Yeah, I get 2 more games.
There's no other team above that, right?
No, after that. Because U18 is technically high school, and this is like after high school. And it's all have that. You still have high school. So girls hockey just goes through the under. Don't know why. Just they have numbers. Icing called. Because I wish the boys would get that much more. We'll just give them something to do. Now they have a left hockey. So that's like Liam already has a summer team. We'll do the summer and regular season. We'll do all a bunch of fun. So first 3 on 3 teams do it in March and just a tournament. Where they play for us. I'm answering one just for like. We might even get more ice time afterwards. But cleared out by Jojo, U22, sent it back in his zone. That's when the icing. 5 minutes to go to first. Before the season started, now we're doing it again because we're both trying to ready for stuff at the end. So it's convenient. One of the girls in our team, their dad took the coach stayed at the bench, so it's easy working with him. Ella Perry takes the puck into the zone. Shot steered away. Perry on the rebounds. Takes it behind the net. She's double teamed. Gets support from Morris. Morris works the puck out front. Gets a shot. It's into the glove off the shoulder. 4 minutes to go. The first of the 0-0 game. Morris to Massimiliano. She sends a cross out front. Knocked away by U22. They get into the zone. They get a shot, but Murphy shuts him down. 3:42 to go in the first.
So does it go single, like double A, for that stuff?
Yeah, we just don't have a double team for you. Actually, I think it's the only like rep team.
Do they travel with you guys to play out with other teams?
There's a couple, I think there's 1 or 2 houses. For sure one, they just want to turn it. Paris in the zone, help from Montaigne, U22, turn it around. Send it cross ice into our zone. Jed sends it back out. U22 send it back to Jed. She hands it off to Massimiliano. Back to Jed. Up to Gation at the blue line. She chips that in. U22 send it around. Montaigne gets it back in the corner. She gets bumped. Keeps the pressure going. Gation works it out front. And it's cleared away by U22. It's on net, so Murphy's going to play that. She sends it up center for Cole. Cole across the blue line, ships it up to Gation into the zone, but now U22 back in possession. Blocked by Montaigne, over to Gation, back for Cole. Her shot saved. U22 gets the rebound, they send it up the boards. Gation ties up in the corner. Puck comes out to Lontang in the slot. Her shot off the toe of the goalie in the corner. Morsey keeps that in. U22 send it up the boards. U22 enter U18 zone. Jojo keeps it in the corner. Carrington gets loose puck out front. Kept in at the blue line. U22 try to work it out front. Goes behind the net. Pass intercepted by Jojo. Over to Carrington. She chips up center. Nice little move to herself. Her shot off the skate over the net. Rebound from Berkeley goes behind the net. Keeps the battle going, but U22 come out with it in the corner. U22 enter the zone. They get in. Little bump from Jojo. She gets the puck back. Over to Carrington. Carrington gets to the blue line, but U22 keep it in. They get a pass out front. Knocked away by Berkeley. Berkeley keeps the pressure going. Gets some help from Emma. U22 get it in the corner. Try to get out front. Berkeley sends it away. Into the neutral zone. U22 re-enter the zone. Berkeley sends it back out. Back in the zone to Emma. She chips it in to U22 territory. They send it back our zone to Emma. She gets it up to Perry. Perry into the zone. Gets it in front. It's knocked into the corner. Perry gets it back out front. Montagne's all tied up. Help from Morris. Gets the loose puck. Her shot held on by the netminder. 38 seconds to go. Still 0-0. I think so. No. Yeah, 2. Harris ties up in the corner. Fontaine with some support. Goes around the other way. Food keeps it in, but now it bounces out. U22 enter the zone. Back check from Morris. Prevents a shot. Now they get a shot. Murphy makes a save. 11 seconds to go. Yes, I did second period. Oh, yeah, New York Islanders or something. Yeah.
Gets things. It's just like right, boom.
Puck goes in the corner. Quick to Montaigne. She gets that to Paris out of the zone, and that's the end of the first period. 0-0.
They were all the first 4, all 4 were.
Oh. In the zone, back on side. U22 in possession. Morse gets it back. Knocked away by 22. They chip it up the boards. Paris gets a shot deflected into the corner. Paris up to Morris. Morris in the corner gets it back out front. Paris can't get the shot. U22 cleared out of the zone. Nice and waved off. U22 tied up by Emma Moore. Help from Judd. Puck bounces out front. There's a shot that's saved. Rebound cleared away by Judd. Yeah. Get a referee call. They let everything else go. Like it's no worse, but whatever. Clearing bodies in front of it. Well, it's different. Both teams know that's the worst. But yeah, she could hold it. 14-13 to go. Power play for the 22s. They get it back to the blue line. Down to the hash marks. Puts it back to the ringette line and sends it back to the blue. Walks in, gets a shot. That goes wide. JoJo sends it up the boards. U22 keep it in. Another shot from the blue line that gets deflected into the corner. U22 get it back at the hash marks. Send it across to the corner. Behind the net. They get out front. Shot deflected off the side of the net. U22 get it from the corner. JoJo battles. Knocks it up to Michaela Cole. Cole skates it out and fires it up center. U22 goalie plays it behind the net. Pressure from Berkeley keeps things interesting. And now cleared out by U22. Bella Mass gets it back for the U18s. Takes a second and fires it down the ice. 1 minute to go in the penalty. U22 starting to break out with it. Chip it up center, carry it into the zone. Get a shot that goes into the glove of Leah Murphy. 13 minutes to go in the second. 48 seconds in the penalty. Everyone's tied up off the draw. U22 send it back to the blue line. We go D to D. Send it out front. Emma Moore finds it, fires it high up the center of the ice, all the way down. 30 seconds to go on the penalty. U22 start to break out with it. Get it up center. Carrington slows him down. They get into the zone. Into the corner now. U22 in possession, gets to the hash marks, sends it back to the blue line. From the blue line into the corner, back to the blue line. To the hash marks. Let's try to send that across. U18's in the way, it bounces away. U22 send it behind the net, up to the hash marks. Shot blocked by Palize. We're back to 5-on-5. Morsey chips it up to Perry. She gets that to Gation. Gation gets in, her shot saved. Rebound from Perry, saved. Loose puck cleared away by U22. Gation gets it back behind the net. She's got some pressure. U22 chip it up the boards. Start to break out with it. Puck enters the zone, offside. Perry picks it back up. Goes across the blue line into the U22 territory. Morris keeps that in. Now U22 send that out. 11.5 minutes to go in the second. 0-0. Shot goes wide. U22 get the rebound. U22 send it to the blue line. They get a shot. Murphy sends that into the corner. U22 back to the blue line. They chip it out front. JoJo gets it up to Lontang and she takes it out of the zone. Over the red, over the blue, cuts in front. Her shot gets deflected behind the net. Morris keeps it down low. Puck comes back for JoJo. She gets it to the hash marks. Her shot deflected to Morris and Ole Mackera. U18 on the board first. Ajueze to Morris. 10:51 in the first period. sorry, 10:51 in the second period. Scoreless first period. This is the first goal of the evening. U22 get it back into the zone. JoJo knocks it into the corner. U22 send it out front. Their shot blocked by Food. Cole gets a loose puck. Fires it out of the zone. U22 regroup in their zone. Re-enter just onside to get it out front, and Cole sends that away. U22 get it back in the corner, send it to the blue line. Their shot gets through to Murphy, and she hangs onto that one. That's hilarious. Judd sends that out of the zone. Cole keeps that in the U22 zone, sends it behind the net. Pressure from Couture. Now comes back out. U22, 2-on-1. Back check from Couture. Judd knocks it away. Judd ties up in the corner. Comes out with the puck. Skates it out to Cole. Cole gets it off the U22's. Icing wave off. U22 back in possession behind the net. Ship it up the boards. Judd's there at the blue line to keep it in. She gets a shot. Goalie makes a save. Yeah. Yeah, she's fine.
She played like that all the time. Like I can see it, you know what I mean? Like,
Judd sends it down low to Gation. She takes it behind the net out front. Knocked away by U22s. They get it to the blue line. At the red line, over into the 18 territory. Shot off the blocker into the glove. We'll get a whistle with 9:20 to go in a second. Late change, canceled. We're going to kick it on the draw probably. No, we're good. Gation ties up. U22 send it to the blue line. Judd knocks that away. Paize gets it out to the blue line. And then Judd sends it out to the red line. U22s chip it up. Lantagne gets it back in the neutral zone. Over into U22 territory. Puck goes in the corner. U22 try to get it out. Gation keeps that in. She gets some help from Lantagne. Lantagne sends it up front. Perry can't get the shot. U22 chip it up into the zone. Judd stops it at the blue line. Has to go for a little skate and sends it deep into the zone. Yeah. Plan B. JoJo, slap shot. Goalie gets a pass on it. Yeah, nice little shot.
I like these angles sometimes. Right? You can see the whole thing.
Puck comes up to the hash marks. JoJo sends it out front. Paris sends it back to Moore. Her shot. Ooh, deflected. Goes behind the net. U22 sends it out of the zone. JoJo stops her at the blue line. Paris carries it back in. Cuts out front. Gets a shot. Oh, boy, gets a piece of it. It goes in the corner. Morsey keeps that in at the wingette line. Sends it back in the corner. Now behind the net, Perry ties up. Gets a loose puck. Over to Couture. Bounces away from her. U22 send that out of the zone. JoJo stops him at the blue line. Gets that to Paris. Paris goes for a skate into the zone. She's got some support. It's in her feet now off of U22. Paris down low to Morris. Now Cole gets it in the corner. U22 send it back to their D. Back up to the hash marks. Out of the zone. U22 get a shot. Blocked by JoJo. She chips it up center out of the zone. U22 offside. No, I guess, yeah, okay. I'll give Morris a second. And she goes for a skate, hands it off to Cole. Cole into the zone. Takes it down low, behind the net. Oh, bounces out front. Goalie hangs out of that. 6:53 to go in the second. 1-0 Blue.
You think that's my dad? He has to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because if that was you, you wouldn't be like, oh shit.
No.
That'd be crazy.
It's the only person I would want to score.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to change the goalies. Santi goes in net. Girls encouraging her. Shout out to Layla and a couple other girls did the polar plunge today in support of the Special Olympics. Jumping in with frozen Lake Ramsey. Anyways, shot from U22, but Santi gets a piece of that. Now Massimiliano sends it up to Cole. Cole into the zone. Fires that, hits the skate, goes behind the net. U22 pick it up. And send it up center, chip it into the zone. Nice play. Oh, Fruit ties up down low. And gets some help from Long Tang. Nice physical play from Fruit, stands the ground. Now we get the puck in the zone, shot deflected out of bounds. 6:07 to go in the second. 6-7. 1-0 U18. Puck goes behind the net. U22 pick it up. Take it to the corner. They get it to the blue line and out. Emma Moore gets it back into their zone. U22 start to break out with it, but Berkeley stops that. U22 gets to the blue line. Jed stops that one. Gets a shot just wide of the net. Bounces up onto the net. We'll get a whistle. Face off inside.
It's over.
Right idea. Good height too.
Yeah. I've been noticing a lot of the goals that go up like to be height either under the arm with the shoulder. Right. Literally. I've been analyzing the NHL.
Puck passes out front. Kaiser shot, save. Rebound cleared away by U22. They get it in the corner. Chip it up center. Judd gets it back for U18s. Hands it off to Kaiser. Kaiser at the blue line. Knocked away. Get some help from Perry, but U22s re-enter the zone. Send it behind the net. Judd sends it up to Paris. Shot from U22, saved by Barsanti. Rebound cleared by Moore. U22s keep it in the zone. They're behind the net with it. Perry gets it back. Cuts up in front of the net and out of the zone. Perry re-enters U22. Her shot deflected. Perry gets the rebound. Back to Judd. Judd gets in. His shot deflected in front. Goalie makes a save. So I'm just looking at it. So stupid. She just got bumped in the corner, and like the same thing that happened to her company. It's like,
I mean,
she just said, like she's just saying it right now. The same. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of other sides.
Yeah. U22 back in the zone. Send it out front. They get a shot. 1-1 with 4:19 to go in the second.
Somebody had that plan for 4 years.
Yeah.
Time to get a new one.
At the blue line, it comes back in. Jojo sends it up the boards. U22 keep it in. They get a shot. Glove save. Rebounds loose out front. U22 pick it up. We go to the blue line, send it to the hash marks. Cole gets it out of the zone. U22 chip it up the boards. They start to enter our territory, cut out front. Pass, shot, blocked in front. Loose puck goes into the corner. U22 send it back to the blue line. They send it into the other corner. Morris picks it up. Morris sends it to Lontang. Lontang trips up the boards. Kept in at the blue line. Puck goes behind the net. Shot blocked by Jojo. Jason gets it away from the front. U22 send it back in. Morris to Jojo. Jojo sends it out of the zone. U22 doesn't play it. Icing it off. 3 minutes to go in the second. 1-1 game. U22 up to the neutral zone. We enter U18 territory. Puck goes behind the net. To the hash marks. Kaizé knocks it away. U22 chip it back in. Kaizé ties up at the blue line. Yeah. U22 keep it in at the blue line. We get a shot that goes into the corner. Up to the sidewall. Carrington gets it out of the zone. U22 get it back in. Now Massimiliano chips it up. Gets it to Berkeley. She sends it into U22 territory. Right, starts to break out with it. Kaizé stops her. Whoa! Takes a big cross check. No call there. That goes into the corner. Minute 45 to go in the second. Pass intercepted by Judge. He sends up the boards. Izzy to Carrington. Carrington enters the zone with Berkeley. Gets a shot. Goalie pulls in the rebound. Yes, whistle.
That was a good shot. Just hoping the tie goes good.
I was hoping that rebound too. 1:32 to go in the second. Puck comes back in the U18 territory. Out front, knocked away by Perry. Morsey sends it away. Kept it at the blue line there. Shot deflected in the corner. Now behind the net, Emma Moore chips it up. U22's keeping it at the blue line. Now Morsey gets it out. She goes for a skate into the zone. Gets a shot. Glove save. Whistle goes. 1:01 to go in the second. Cole keeps it in at the ringette line, takes it into the corner. U22 pick it back up. Perry helping out, gets up to Cole. Cole to Perry. Perry comes out front, goes back to the corner. Sends it across to Jojo. Jojo shot, save. 32 seconds to go in the second. U22 send it up center, into the zone. Krug ties her up, keeps her behind the net. Krug keeps the battle going. Puck comes out front, knocked away by Massimiliano. Gation takes it out of the zone. Gation over the red line, over the blue. Ties up in the corner, gets some help from Morris. Puck comes out front, goalie hangs on to that.
You're getting aggressive.
Yeah, 5 seconds to go in the second. third period should be fine.
So what were they doing with the 3-on-3? How does that work?
It's like a full ice.
3-on-3?
End of March.
Oh, you're not saying today. I thought they were mixing it.
Oh, no.
Like it was
Oh, sorry, today too, yeah. They'll do it today. I'm not sure what they're doing for the last half hour.
but like in the third, are they doing it?
No, they'll play a full game, and they'll finish at 6:30, but it had the ice till 7. So the coach will come on for the last half hour and just kind of fun. But me and Chino, literally up. Alright, third period action here at Carmichael Arena. Middle Lake, Sudbury. 1-1 game. U22s in their zone right now. Comes to the blue line, they send it behind the net. U22 try to get out front. Bella Mask blocks the pass. But kept it at the blue line. Back behind the net, into the corner. Fire shot. Glove save from Layla Barsan.
I forgot to tell you. Who's the goalie for the U.S.? He was in an interview showing his goal and there's an actual marking of that one open net. And then he was showing it and stuff. How about
There we go. Interception from Emma Moore. She goes for a skate. Emma into the zone. It's tied up with the hash marks. Gets the puck deep in the zone now. It bounces back out to Emma. Chips out to Michaela Cole. Shot from Moore off the glove. Rebound picked up by Paris. She sends it back to Moore. Moore gets a shot. It's deflected. Goes high. Bounces out front. Goalie dives across. Perry gets the rebound. Perry in the corner. Circles back. Takes it behind the net. It gets taken out. Gets some help from Paris. Puck goes off the glass. Michaela Cole gets in the corner. Gets some help from Emma Moore. She sends it out into the other corner. Perry picks it up. Perry cuts out front. Hits a skate. Gets it to Paris. Paris to Frood. She gets a shot. Goalie makes a save and hangs on that rebound. 13 minutes to go in this third period. Yeah. Puck sent back into U22 territory. Yeah. U22 gets in the zone, gets a shot, glove save. 12-46.
I don't know how it is, but I was going to say because they're trying to do it with Kalen. So, all right.
Well, I think she almost got it there, then she saw their friend get it there, so at the end of the second, she was thinking about it. That is she might have cool start.
I don't know about that.
We'll see. We'll find out soon.
If I know my girl,
based on that last attempt, she's not changing.
should have mic'd her up today. A exhibition.
Judd fires it around the boards. Prize 8 chips it up to the blue line. U22 send it back to Massimiano. She gets it around to the hash marks. Judd picks up the puck. Takes it out of the zone. Over the red line. Chips it up. U22's get it back. He knocks it back into their zone. U22 get it back in possession. Pressure from the Wolves, and Judd sends it back in their zone. Yeah, take another ball switch.
Every time it's $20.
U22 cut in, shot off the pad of Barsanti, rebound picked up by Morris. Now she gets out from Moore. Puck comes out front, back to the blue line. That shot goes wide. Gation with some pressure, forces the puck at the hash marks. Morris knocks it to Moore. She sends it out of the zone. Ice and waved off. U22 pick it back up. Chip it up. Ryan Morris keeps that in. U22s chip it away and start to break out. Into the corner. Emma Moore knocks it away. Puck gets loose. Picked up by Rowan Frood. through, sends it up to Gation. Gation gets it back into U22 territory. U22 hit the brakes in the corner. Send up boards, chip it up, and Cole kicks it back in. Cole walks in with an out, her shot, held on to by the goalie. 10:45 to go in the third. So in the first two periods, we had 5 defense. They just moved one up, so we'll have 3 lines. Two defense, so it's a short shift. Puck comes out front. Perry gets it at the hash marks. Off a shin pad, it gets back to Jed at the blue line. She gets out to Massimiliano. Her shot through traffic goes in the point. Yeah, it was the right idea. Jed sends it back down low. Cole to Perry. Perry tries to get that back up front. Hits a couple bodies. Loose puck cleared away by U22. Mass over to Kaylin. She walks in. Her shot. Oh, deflected. Oh, puck goes in the corner. Massimiliano sends it behind the net. Paris to Perry. I thought it was going to into the corner. Cole picks it up. Cole sends it down low for Paris. Paris to Cole. Cole comes out of the corner. Sends it back down low for Perry. Perry to Paris. Paris back to Perry. Down low for Cole. Good hustle from her. She sends it back to Massimiliano. U22 knocked it out of the zone. Jed knocks it away from U22. Chips up the boards. Kept in by U22. Battle from Jed. Keeps her away from the net. And now Perry picks up the loose puck. Perry goes for a skate into the zone. Gets a shot. Glove save. Yeah, something like they're laughing. Could be something else. I have a feeling there's that. Yeah. Puck comes out to neutral zone. U22 enter. Pass in front. Blocked by Carrington on a huge back check. Izzy gets it back in the neutral zone, enters on side after JoJo clears the zone. Izzy gets a backhand shot. It's Izzy on 10. Holy back it up. Rolls over the shoulder. 2-1 for the U18s with 8.5 minutes to go in regulation.
Backhand up high start.
Wasn't even like it was an off speed.
Nice little bounce off. Hit the shoulder.
Yeah, look at it over again.
That's hard.
Yeah. Saw the opening. U22 back in the zone. They get a shot. Glove save. Rebound cleared away. U22 gets a rebound out front. Now Morris sends that to the blue line. U22 keep it in. Into the corner. Morrissey gets it behind the net. Bounces away. She keeps the battle going. Chips it up to Berkeley. Berkeley sends it out of the zone. Off of U22 into their zone. Pressure from Gation. And Morris gets it off the skate. Keeps it down low. U22 send it around the other way. Berkeley in the way. U22 send it up center. Off the skate into the zone. Mass picks it up. Gation chips it up. Kept it. U22 up front. Shot saved by Santi. Rebound cleared by Massimiliano. Kept in by 22s. Now Morris blocks a pass. Berkeley sends it out. Hands up for an icing. 7:20 to go. As long as you get it before the goal. Because there's...
Even if they pass it, if it hits the goal.
Once it hits the goal, it's like this.
Even if they fly by.
Yeah. There is like junior aim and stuff. If you're going to beat them to the puck, it is getting off left. Perry cuts in, gets a backhand shot, blocker save. Perry gets the rebound back to Judd. Judd walks in, gets a shot. Oh, off the post. Massimiliano gets the rebound, sends it out front. Hits the skates. U22 head the other way with it. They go onside at the last second and re-enter the zone. Massimiliano stops it behind the net. Sends it around the boards. U22 get it behind the net. Knocked away by Judd. Cole ties up. Chips it to the blue line. 22s keep it in. Now Judd gets it back behind the net. Takes a look. Fires it up to Paris. Paris gets the red line. Chips it up, but U22s get it back. Pressure from Perry at the blue line. Keeping her outside. Perry ties up behind the net. Nice physical play. And U22s keep it going though. Perry back on her feet. Gets it back in the corner. Gets it to Cole. They tie up. Puck comes out front. Barsanti chips it across. Montaigne and Jeff tie up in the other corner. 22s work it out front. They get a shot from the slot. Barsanti on the blocker. Sends it over the net. Puck goes in the corner. Perry ties up. Ooh, takes a little hook. Gets some support from Judd. Judd gets it out of the zone. U22s get it back in their own zone. Both teams changing. Puck comes back in the U18 territory. At the blue line, JoJo gets it back. Takes it into the zone. JoJo shot. Oh, nice try. Cuts across. The goalie gets the save. Kaizé gets the rebound in the corner. Walks up front. Her shot saved. Oh, I thought that was going in. Cleared away by U22s. Fruit keeps that in at the blue line. Kaizé gets it back out front. Just couldn't connect. Emma Morris sends it back deep in the zone. We go back on side. 5 minutes to go in regulation. U22s getting into the zone. Bouncing puck. Can't get the shot though. Fruit on that back check. Gets the stick check. Now a shot. Another blocker save from Balsarian. Puck comes across. 22s get it back. U22 behind the net. They're at the hash marks. Around the ringette line to the blue line. Pass to the corner. Back to the ringette line. Pressure from Montaigne. Knocks it out of the zone. U22s re-enter the zone. Chipping it in. Rolling through. Gets it behind the net. He gets pressure in the corner. Gets support from Morris. And Morris sends up behind the net. Maybe off the side of the net in the process. Behind the net, and now Morsey comes out with it. She's going for a skate. She's got the lane into the zone. She fires a shot off the shin pad. Gets the rebound off the side of the net now. Gation after the rebound gets it to Morris. Morris tied up behind the net. Tries to get it out front. Gets some support from Patura. Morris and Patura working at it. Now it comes out from U22. They chip it up into the zone. Take the puck wide. Pass out front. No shots fired. Blocked by U18 and Gation takes it out of the zone. Gation and Patura enter the zone. 2-on-2. Gation shot blocked. Gation gets back behind the net. She's tied up. Little head contact. Puck cleared out to the blue line. Jed walks in. Fires a shot. Glove save. Hoping for a big one there. But
That was in the free 8.
she walked in and everything too. But that was the play. Walking home now. 3:11 to go in regulation. Paris leaving nice. Hopefully she's all good. She's got prior commitments. Shot deflected in front. Goalie makes the save. 3:03 left in regulation. 2-1 U18. Perry to Cole, back to Judd. He fires that on net, just a little high that time. Massimiliano is there to keep it in. shot deflected. Picked up by Cole. She puts that on net. Goalie sends it behind the net. Perry gets the rebound and stick in the head. Perry circles back in the corner, gets it out front. It's loose. Cole gets it back. She sends it off the boards behind the net. Montaigne to Perry, back to Montaigne. Izzy cuts out to the slot with it, back to Bella Massimiliano. She gets a shot, hits a couple skates, trying to bank it in. Perry gets it back in the corner, puts it out front, again off a couple skates. Izzy gets it in the corner, but U22s pick it back up and head out with it. Jed picks it back up in the neutral zone, chips it in, gets it over to Cole. Cole chips it down low. Puck comes back to the net line. Judge fires that on net. Goalie sends it away. Rebounds and Massimiliano puts it out front off Montaigne. Goalie makes another save. 2 minutes to go in regulation. Judge ties up at the red line. Puck gets back to Montaigne. She sends it around the boards. U22s get a slap shot from the blue line. By safety, will settle things down. The goalie here can take that turn for me. Did a good job to settle down.
Very heavy defense, 1.5.
Alright, 139. Morris sends it behind the net, bounces off the side. Crude trying to get it off the side of the net. And she does. U22s try to get it out front. JoJo sends it in the corner. Emma Moore ties up. Nice little battle. Gets it to Morris. Morris around for Kaize. She chips it. Now gets it over to JoJo. JoJo up for Morris. She enters the zone. Morris gets on a forehander shot. Glove save. Well, that was right around the players. Yeah, that was. We're doing all the right stuff. Shot on net saved. 1:09 to go in regulation. U22s get it off the draw, enter their zone. Take it to the corner, drop pass to a hash mark, shot deflected in front, goes behind the net. Oh, goalie comes out with a minute left in regulation. 6-on-5 for U22. They send it to the blue line. They get a shot, saved by Barsanti, and she pulls in the rebound. 45 seconds left in regulation. 2-1.
Big D coming. Big D.
This was a basketball game, to be honest.
Yeah. On the bleachers.
Yeah.
You have a Chenny High wooden bleachers and you felt like you were going to fall through.
Timeout called.
You wouldn't even let us see
I think it goes out of the plans. It's a second goal to do for the team. This one was more casual, I think. U22s get it to the blue line. Shot goes to the corner. They go to the hash mark. Shot in front, deflected, saved, rebound from Batura. It's lost in some skates. U22s send it to the blue line. Down the hash marks behind the net. They get a shot. That goes around the boards. Out of the zone. 20 seconds left in regulation time. Gation with some pressure. Gets support from Perry. U22s get back in possession. Jed stops him once, but they get it back out front. St. to the save, rebound, goes in. 9.6 seconds left. 2-2 game.
That's the thing too. When you get older, you can actually give them care. Big time. It's even like when I was a teenager.
Oh. Big time. 9 seconds. Carry into the zone. Takes a hook. Gets enough engagement out front to Batir. His shot saved. At the buzzer. Oh, that would be. Call a penalty shot. Call a penalty shot. All right, there we go. No. Yeah. 2-2 tie. Thanks for coming out. See you next time, whenever that will be. I think Eastside tournament. Although on Monday and Tuesday, St. Charles girls will be at NASA. I'll be live streaming that, so tune in Monday, Tuesday to watch St. Charles at NASA girls hockey.